Hello buddies and welcome back to this masterclass for the beginner in Java programming language. Remember guys, this is tricks and tips, and as we continue becoming the greatest animator of this time. And because of this time guys, we are talking a lot about data manipulation. So the talk is about data engineering, data collection, data manipulation, all those talks. And that's why I still decided to go back to this where we call inheritance in Java, whereby we can inherit a certain class and use it somewhere. And also we will talk about the polymorphisms. So in this class we will learn about inheritance in relation to data manipulation and security. And in the second lesson we will also learn about polymorphism. Without much ado, let's get started. Okay, let's get started now. I'll just start by creating a file here, and I'm using NetBeans today because I thought that it's been a while without using it. So let's get started. Create a file here, click on file, new project, or just click this plus file here, and then you can say, if you actually, let me just get this back. So we have Java with Maven, Java with Gradle, and the Java with Ant. So just click on Java with Ant, and with Java with Ant you will find this Java application, Java class library, but we will just pick Java application, then click next. And here we will give the name of the class. So because we are talking about inheritance, let me just create a class called inheritance. Inherit. So guys, when we talk about inheritance, it means that you are going to inherit something from someone. Especially that happens in reality where we can inherit properties from your parents, or maybe if there is some relationship you can inherit from someone. So for example, a son to a father, a son can inherit something that belongs to his father. Let's say maybe a piece of land, you can inherit that and then it becomes yours. So in the same case here, we are just creating a class whereby we will having some methods and properties, and we can create a subclass that can inherit from the father. For example, we will create let's say a car, and then maybe a car can inherit motor vehicle because all of them are vehicles. So for example, vehicles do drive, there's that's common features that they have, so you can help from that. So let's just do it. So I've just created a project name called inheritance, and then click finish, just like that. Okay, there we go. So it has already created a package which is called inheritance. So this is the package. We can have so many classes in this package, we can add more. So it's possible also to inherit attributes and methods from one class to another. We have already said that. So we group the inheritance concept into two categories, that is subclass, which will be a child class, and this class will just inherit from the superclass. So the superclass is the parent. So we can say that this is the class that being inherited from. So to inherit from a class, we use a keyword, which is inbuilt keyword, which is called extend. So when we extend a class to a certain class, we can inherit those properties and methods in that class. So in this example that I want to do, I just want to create a car class, which is a subclass, which will inherit attribute and a method from the vehicle class, which is a superclass. So to do that, and I wish I should have created, let me just actually do this. In this, I can add one. Let me just create a class here. Just click this, right click, Whoa, I can't create that. So I just want to right click new Java class, and I just want to call it vehicle because this is how I should arrange this file. So vehicle, yeah, that is vehicle. Okay, so I should create. Now you can see that I have superclass interface. Okay, you just leave that and just finish just like that. So we have a class called vehicle. Let me just clear this, and now I'm just going to create okay, you remember I've already said about security. So when we talk about security of files or security of data, and I think there is much that should be placed from the coding side. So the coding side, like doing this exactly, maybe declaring some other variable, private or public, is a good concept for good security of files. You see, so I just want to create a protected, call it a protected variable called a brand. So should I protected? This is a keyword. So this is an inbuilt library that we can use. So we can say string because it's a string type of a variable, and I just want to call it a brand. So in vehicle we have brands, right? So brand, I just remove this over here. Brand is equal to, let's say, which car? Let me just call it a Range Rover. Range. Just call it like that because I feel like I should be driving a Range right now. But that's how. Anyway, I'll do it very soon, probably. So I should create another method here because now this is a variable which is one of the property of this class, and one of the other property I can say is the method. So this is the features of this class. So public, public void honk, because all vehicle do honk, right? So we can use this method we can call this method to print something. So once we call this method, which is called the honk, what should we print? This is where we can actually call the hardware property. Maybe if we have the speaker on your laptop, and we can call a certain function that I can access that speaker, and then we can integrate with an audio, and then once this method is called, then you hear your speaker maybe ringing, honking, right? So this is trying to do it in a software part. So let me just say, because we can't do that for now, but we just have to, let's just print something out to show us that we called this method. So system.out print line. Actually, I'm not used to net been of late, and that's why I think I'm so slow today when it comes to typing. But it is for, it's normal, right? Okay, so when it's honk, maybe range can, which kind of sound the range produce, I don't know. Maybe I should say peep. I don't know what I should say, bro. Maybe that's the sound, or boo, I don't know, but maybe that's okay. Yeah, something like that. And then, so I'm done with this class, which is a vehicle class, which can be extended to. So let me just create another class down here. So a class should be outside this class. So let me just create down here another class. I call it actually I should have not even, I can move these modifiers and leave it like that. So sorry for that. So let me just create another class, a class in one file. It's possible. So let me call it a car. So which car? It can be so many car. So but cars do extend to vehicles, right? So car extend. So remember to use this keyword if you want to access the properties of the vehicle class. So this extends vehicle, this one here. So remember, this is a good way, a good practice for security of files and data. So, and if you're willing or you're aspiring for AI manipulation, I think you will be also doing something to do with extension a lot more. So that large module languages. Okay, so the class car extend vehicle. So and in here I want to create a private again. Remember about security, you need to, the specifiers should be maybe protected, private. So this one I want to create a private here that cannot be accessed. This is not a public, so this one cannot be accessed from outside. Yeah, so if you declare a variable private, it cannot be accessed outside that class. So private, or maybe probably even in that method. So string, I'm gonna have this string called model string model name. Remember, using camel case is also a good practice, or snake case, or there is another one. So this is which model name? Maybe cruiser or something. So we have a model like cruiser? I think all Range Rover do. I don't know, but maybe I don't understand that. But I can just comment here so that I can say that car attribute. This is the car attribute. So remember also commenting like this is a good practice for someone for code readability. And so private string, I should have put comma here, semicolon, and again come down. So now again here is where I want to have the main method. Remember, the main method is where a program starts run from. This is the main method that is being served once we compile this, and we run the whole project or the program through the main method. So the main method is the beginning of everything there. So let me just create the main method here. So I can, this is normally public because it need to be accessed. If it was public, I mean private, it can't be accessed. So public static. So it is static because it keeps on not changing, but keeps on. Okay, it's just wait something that is static, it's not dynamic. You see. So static void, does it return anything? So main, and then I should now, so in this public static void main, I should pass in some parameters of string type, string, and there should be an array format because there are many, so that's why we have an array here. And I can give it a name which is arguments. So we should pass arguments here of string type, which is an array. So in here, so I should again create now an object because I need to access. If you need to access the properties and methods of a class, you need to create an object of that class so that you can extend to those. You can get those properties that you want. So you know this is object oriented. That's why it's called Java is an object oriented, right? So let me just create a car object. So control copy, and I create this car here. So I can call it my range, not specific though, but I can just write down my range is equal this is how we get an object of a class. If you're new today, or yeah, again. So once I have this object of this class, now I can access the properties of this class. So I can copy this. I can copy that, and now I can call the method. So it's so simple as that. So let me just click here, enter, and then copy this, and pop. You see now I can get model number, model name, and the brand. So I wrote the brand. Oh, that's really cool. So I just want a method which is called, I just wanted this method here. It's public, so it's accessible. So I can access this method here. So to do that, just copy, and if I should do this, Control V. You see, there's no error, meaning I have accessed this method. So once I run this class, it's going to call using this object of this class. I'm going to call this method up here, and this method is going to P, because that's what a Range Rover does, right? I don't know if that makes. So finally, I just want to display this out, the P, this one. If I could have accessed something outside, maybe using some drivers and access the audio part of the system, that could even produce the sound, or I could create my own sound files and including this file, and then like Windows, when it comes, when you power on Windows 11, there's that sound that it produce. So they normally have something like this. It's called that files that they did include in their product, right? So let me just print out, and I do talk a lot today, but it's for this only. So let me just come down here and then print something out. So to print that system dot out dot print line, and hit that, so I can print something like my car. Let me just call this brand. Where is this? Okay, so let me just add it in here, so I can come down here and then do like this. My car, which is my range here. Control copy. So my range, then dot what? Brand, and then I can now print the brand of my car, which would be the range, and then the sound maybe. So I can concatenate with the sound here. So to concatenate, you add a plus, and maybe you create a space, and again concatenate that. This is just for spacing. Then I can now call my car again, which is my range. Control V, and then I can model name, and even the sound itself. So dot model name, you see. So this will call this, and the system will be P, and then again print out the brand name and also the model name. So let me just run this. Oh, it's gonna take a little time, but as it's running, I can explain this, you know. So one thing that you need to notice here is that so we set the brand attribute in a vehicle to protected access modifier, and if it was set to private, the car class would not be able to access it. So that's why these modifiers, you need to use them. So in the software development, in any project that you are doing for security purposes, this is a good thing. So this thing is not yet running. Let me just stop this and then wait for a little bit. So you can see that it has printed out, and okay, let me just run it again. Run the file. So you can see here we have P, and then range, and the cruiser here. So that is it. That is all. But you need to notice here that we use this protected here, the
protected string brand. And this modifier actually, now if we declare this as private, we couldn't be able to print out the brand. So that is cool. So why do you think we use this inheritance? So it's actually useful for code reusability and the reuse attribute and method of existing class when you create a new class, so you don't have to create another one. So that is it for this class, and in the next class we are learning about polymorphisms, which will be actually related to this. Remember, we did this just for security purposes, and also we learned about how you can extend a class. So this is it for this, and let's meet in the next lesson.